Hello, my name is Hans George Campbell. People often drop vintage computer stuff off here at the shop. They sort of treat the Hans Campbell Show as like another recycling center, which is fine with me. As long as it's just computers and vintage electronics, that's okay. I never know what I'm going to get, but it looks like someone dropped off a box of Commodore computer stuff. So we're going to look at what's inside that box today. Okay. Well, shit. Looks like we got a Commodore VIC-20 computer, gold label. So it's an early issue. Missing a key, but the key stem is not broke, so the key's probably inside the box somewhere. It appears to be in really good shape. It's the old style power supply. Wow, boy, this switch is stuck. Actually, yeah, wow. Anyway, that's a real old VIC-20. And there's the bottom of it. It appears to be in really good shape. Yeah. So there's the VIC-20. And then we got, oh, wait a moment. I found the key and the spring for this VIC-20, and so we'll pop this key back on, shall we? I think it goes on like that. There you go. Okay. We also got a Commodore 64 computer. Appears to be in pretty good shape. Yeah, pretty good shape. And it's got the 8-pin DIN, not the 5-pin DIN. That means that this has the chroma-luma signals, which is always good. There's the bottom of it. And we're going to be testing these to see if they work. Okay, in fact, let me move these down here. Actually, I'll put them like this. I'll put them like that. You see them on the camera? Yeah, you see them on the camera. Okay. And we got these power supplies. They appear to be brand new in the box. They're third-party power supplies for the Commodore 64. And we'll take a closer look at one of these underneath on the workbench in the shop. I'm even going to open one up so we can take a look inside. See what one looks like inside. But yeah, I'm glad I got like 3 of these, so that was really good. I needed some more of these newer power supplies for the Commodore 64. So there's that. And here is another one. Brand new in the box. Brand new in the box, people. And then here's another one. Yeah, here's another one. It's tangled up with the joysticks, so let me get it out of there. This one I think is for the VIC-20. Yeah, because I think these are also made for the VIC-20. So let me see something. Oh no, that's the VIC-20 power supply. Okay. Okay, so I do have the original power supply for the VIC-20. And this here is another third-party, power supply. I don't know if you can read that label or not, but we'll take a closer look at one of these inside the shop on the bench. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, there's that. And then we have, okay, we're still on power supplies, right? Okay, here's the VIC-20 power supply. Outputs 9 volts AC, that's it. So apparently it gets its 5 volts from the 9 volts AC. Probably has a regulator inside. It looks like somebody, I don't know what happened there. Probably a dog chewed on it and he had to fix it. Didn't do a really good job, so I'll take this apart and I'll do it professionally. But that's what it looks like right there. So yeah, so there's the power supply out of the way. And then we have a quick shot joystick right there with the suction feet. Appears to be in like new condition. So yeah, appears to be in brand new condition. That's always nice. I don't think I have one of these joysticks, so I'll add this to my joystick collection because I don't think I have one of these. So yeah, there's the joystick. Okay. Here's your standard AV cord for the Commodore 64 and the VIC-20. I think this is an aftermarket because the Commodore one I think has Commodore. The Commodore logo right there on the connector. But that's okay as long as it works. That's all I care about. Okay. We've got 2 disk drives. This one with the Alps mechanism. That's the more desirable one there. Appears to be in really good shape. Doesn't have holes drilled all in it. I hate it when people drill holes and put those switches in it. I don't like that. But we'll be taking a look at inside of these drives because you might have some boards plugged in. Yeah. Yeah, this one appears to be in really good shape. So yeah. Anyway, there's one of the drives. Move this out of the way. Actually, we'll put this like that. And then put this. I don't want anything happening to that power supply. So yeah, move this over to here. And then we have another disk drive. Oh, it too is an Alps mechanism. Look at that. I'm definitely going to be refurbishing these disk drives. Yeah, they're the Alps mechanisms. Let's see. There's the back of it. It's pretty good shape. I don't see anything wrong with it. There's the bottom of it. Yeah, nothing's broken or cracked or anything like that. So there's the drives. 2 Commodore drives with the Alps mechanisms. It's good. We have Compute's first book for the VIC. I already have this one in like new condition, but it's nice to have one that I can actually use, and then I can keep the one that's in like new condition, keep that one put away, and just use this one. Lots of type-in programs and things like that. So we'll be taking a look at this, maybe even type in some of these programs like in the VIC-20, you know. See, type in programs, type these in, see what they do in the VIC, you know. Yeah, more type-in programs. Yeah. We've got a VIC 1541 Single drive floppy disk user's manual. I don't know if I'll be able to pull that masking tape off without damaging this. I got some stuff I can use that'll dissolve that adhesive, and maybe I can save this manual. Because I actually have one of these drives, I just don't have the manual to it. So now I've got the manual to it. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Cool stuff, people. Cool stuff. And we got some more cables here. We got power cables. Yeah, we can never have enough of those. Because now they're black, they're not gray anymore. We got the serial cables for the drives. Yeah. And we have this right here. This is for the data set. Right here. You just plug that in, probably for the VIC-20. And then you plug in this into your data set. And I do have a lot of VIC-20 tapes, so we'll be taking a look at this and how we used computers back in the day using a cassette deck, you know, data set. I will be doing like at least 1 or 2 videos just on that, so stay tuned for that exciting content. And the last thing that's in the box is this cartridge right here. I don't know if my friend has this cartridge or not. He collects the Commodore 64 cartridges. So I'll zoom in a little bit where he can read that label. The Memory Manor Fisher-Price Learning Software, Cambridge MA, for Commodore 64, 1984. So that's when this cartridge was released for the Commodore 64. And you know, the board appears to be in pretty good shape, like the contacts, you know, they appear to be pretty good shape. They're not corroded or anything like that, so yeah. Okay, so there's that cartridge. So now we're going to go inside the shop, and I'm going to open up one of those new third-party power supplies for the Commodore 64 computer. We're going to take a peek inside and see how they're made. And if we have enough time, well, I'm thinking about doing a video for each one of the computers, and doing a separate video for each one of the drives. I'm going to open them up to see if they can be repaired or refurbished or whatever, you know. So those will be in future videos. Don't worry about that. But I might hook up a Commodore 64 in this video and load up that cartridge and see what that's all about. I think that'd be fun to, you know, to watch. But yeah, so that's what's going on next. All right, so let's take a look inside one of these power supplies. I'm going to zoom in so that you can read this label right here. I'll zoom in so you can read that label. Okay, there you go. I'm hoping you can read that label. I'm glad that it uses the Phillips screws. That's nice. It looks like it's well made. It actually looks like it's a very well made power supply. So let's open her up and see what's inside. Zoom out a little bit. Yeah. Felt like that's good. Keep it centered underneath the camera. And I'm thinking, will a low torque screwdriver like this one right here work. Or I may need a full size just to break the seal and then go to those, because this is the size you should be using. Anytime you're working with metal screws, especially self-tapping, that goes into plastic, okay, this is the proper screwdriver to use right here. So low torque, number 2 Phillips. In general, you do not want to use a full-size number 2 like this. This has way too much torque and it's way too heavy for, you know, screws that are going into plastic. Okay, so don't use this. It's okay to use this to break the seal if it's too tight, and then you go with the normal, you know, the low torque number 2, you know, the rest of the way. But in general, don't use a screwdriver like this. And if you have a screwdriver set, you know, with the handle, it has the handle and all the tips that plug in, I want you to pause this video right now and throw that piece of shit in the garbage. Yes, you heard me right. Throw that piece of shit, yes, piece of shit, in the garbage. Invest in a proper set of screwdrivers. Do not be lazy. Do not be stupid. Do not be cheap. Okay? So, let's continue, shall we? I may have to use... Okay, no I don't. Okay. I thought I may have to use a full-size number 2 to break the seal, but no, it's pretty good. And like these, the feet are part of the... Look at that. The feet are like part of the screw. And you can get these at Ace Hardware. They come in gray and brown. So if you want like change the colors of them, you know, like brown, it's more of a bread bin Commodore 64 color. They do have brown feet this size. And you use screws to screw them in, right? You can use these. They do sell these at Ace Hardware. So I'm going to put that there. Alright. Come on now. Come on now. So far, the outside part appears to be good quality and well made. So far. So far, I like what I'm seeing. Okay? I like what I'm seeing so far. Okay. So, it's got a... I like the button. Seems to be a real nice button. Or power switch, rather. It's really nice. Has a good feel to it. Okay, so... okay. So that's basically what it is. Wow. Right there. What, it does have an LED? I didn't realize it had an LED, but where does the LED shine? Does it shine like through here? I guess so. It's got a green LED right there. But wow, look at the way that's made. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. Now, what I would do if I were you is, if it'll fit, I don't know if it'll fit or not, I would replace this capacitor with the same voltage, but a little bit larger, about as large as you can get that will still fit within the case. So, I'm not sure what this is. 470 microfarad capacitor is what that is. That's a main filtering capacitor. I would change that to at least a 1000 microfarad capacitor for better filtering of the ripple, you know, the voltage going in, you know. I don't know if that's input voltage or output, but I would change that to around 1000 microfarad, that cap there, for better filtering. And looks like what is that? I got a small bridge rectifier right there. That's what it appears like to me. A small bridge rectifier. I don't know if you can read that or not, but that's what that, yeah. Okay. I guess this here is a transformer right here. Yeah. And I guess the actual power supply is inside here. It's very interesting the way that was made. Let me turn her around so that maybe you can read that a little bit better. Maybe read what that is. I'm trying to hold it steady so that you can possibly read that. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it down here, then use the camera's macro capability to zoom in on that part so that we can read it, you know? But, yeah. And you guys tell me in the comment section, is this a good power supply? Would you trust using this with your personal Commodore 64 computer? I don't know about, I've never seen anything like this before. This is new to me. So I'm not sure if that's good quality or not. So if you guys have one of these power supplies and you've had good experience with it, please leave a comment. If you've had bad experience with this power supply, definitely leave a comment. But yeah. Yeah, so now I'm going to put the power supply back together under the camera. I mean off camera, I should say. And then I'm going to hook up my Commodore 64 up to an LCD TV, and we're going to take a look at this cartridge right here, see what this is all about. So that's coming up next. Alright, I'm using the joystick that came in this lot. I don't know what to do in this game. So just press button to play. Okay, so round 1. Says 2 and 000 in the center. What am I supposed to do? It's a helicopter. Okay. So am I supposed to pick up like the number 2 or something? There's an X. What am I supposed to pick up? I don't have the foggiest idea what I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to go to him? Okay. What the heck am I supposed to do? Oh, okay. What the... Okay. Okay. What am I supposed to do now? Oh, shut up, Mud. Shut up, Mud. What the... There's no rhyme or reason to this. Okay. So what am I supposed to do now? Pick him up? Okay, so what am I supposed to do? There's like a door or something? What am I supposed to do? I don't have the foggiest idea what to do here. Alrighty. I don't have the foggiest idea what I'm doing. So if any of you, if you've ever played this game before when you were a kid or even as an adult and you know what we're supposed to do, please leave a comment telling us what are you supposed to do in this game? What's the object of this game? Yeah. Anyway, that's it for this Commodore pickup video. My name is Hans George Campbell, and stay tuned for more exciting content here on the Hans Campbell Show. Well, that's it for this video. Until next time.